Hi everyone, this is going to be a reading on the urgent messages for right now. This is a timeless reading. It's just some of the urgent messages that are coming in from Spirit that I wanted to share with you. So if you're meant to see this video, you definitely will. And let's look at the cards. So I'm seeing the Four of Pentacles in reverse. I'm seeing the Ten of Wands. What else? Uh, yeah, I'm seeing Death. What other urgent messages are there right now that people need to know about? I'm seeing the Magician. I'm seeing the Queen of Swords. What else? What other urgent messages? Let's see. What other urgent messages? I'm seeing the Hanged Man in reverse. So let's get started. So the first card that I saw was the Four of Pentacles in reverse. Now, upright, the Four of Pentacles indicates someone who is very guarded, um, almost too guarded in the sense that they are trying to project something that they are not. There is some kind of secrecy, some kind of hiding involved. So there may have, and because it's in reverse, I feel like this is past energy. So some of you may have been with somebody who had this kind of energy. They were hiding something, they were secretive about something. They weren't being very honest with you about something. It could have been to do with finances. Like for example, they may have said that they had a lot of money, had a lot of finances, but then when you got to know them, you realized that it wasn't the case. And the reason I say finances is because it's about pentacles. It's the Four of Pentacles. So they may have been hiding their wealth, hiding their money, or this could just have been you, in the sense that you may have been very guarded about your money, about your finances, like almost too cautious, like being very scared that you're going to lose money or that sort of thinking. But I feel like you're past that energy right now. Or if this was a person in your life, then you're over them right now, is what I'm sensing. I'm seeing the Ten of Wands. Now, the Ten of Wands typically indicates when you're trying to take on too much. Like when you're trying to balance a lot of things all at once, you're trying to hold fort, you're trying to do a lot, and you're doing all the legwork basically. So, this could be in relationships where at this point of time, whichever time you see this reading or you watch this video, when it comes to relationships, you feel like you're doing all the work. Like you feel like you're reaching out to them. You're the one initiating the conversations. You're the one initiating the texts. You're the one texting them, calling them, just doing all the work in the relationship. And Spirit is saying that you're doing way too much. Like it's time to let go. Like a relationship is supposed to be a two-way street. You're not supposed to be doing all that work and not getting anything in return. Both people have to put effort into the relationship. So the Ten of Wands is definitely about that. But the Ten of Wands, if it's not a relationship, it could just be in life in general. You're holding on to way too much. Like you're holding on to a lot of baggage from the past. This could be guilt, shame, this could be mistakes you did in the past, and you're kind of not forgiving yourself for it. You're holding on to it, you're burdening your heart with it. But I feel like the death card is here, so it's telling me that a lot of you are shedding that right now. You're letting go of a lot of guilt, a lot of shame, a lot of things that you might have tormented yourself with in the past. So you're letting go of a lot of that. You're letting go of a lot of toxic baggage. This could be your own toxic baggage, like um, things that you have not forgiven yourself for, things that you still blame yourself for. Um, you're just being very gentle on yourself right now. And this could also be people in your life, right? These could be friends who no longer serve you. Like maybe you're realizing that the friends you've had for many, many years, maybe even decades, like they are not your real friends. Like you may feel like you have no connection with them anymore, especially because you're transforming a lot on the inside. And I say this because there's also the Hanged Man in reverse. A lot of your perspective in life has changed at the moment, and you're kind of going through this death process, like this transformation. You're almost shedding skin. except it's not skin, but it's your whole personality on the inside. So you're going through a rapid transformation right now. So because of that, you may have to let go of a lot of baggage, a lot of shame, a lot of preconceived notions also, because I see the hanged man in reverse. So you may be forgiving people around you as well. Like maybe you thought somebody did you wrong, and now because of this transformation that you're happening, like the spiritual awakening that you the spiritual awakening that you're having, it's kind of forcing you to see things from a different light, a different lens, where you may be forgiving someone because you're seeing things from their point of view. You're realizing that they are human too, and that they are allowed to make mistakes too, just as you are allowed to make mistakes. And just as you try to forgive yourself, you can also try to forgive them, because that's going to shift the dynamic. That's going to change your perspective. You're going to be more compassionate to yourself, to other people. But at the same time, the Queen of Swords, like, she doesn't take crap, excuse the language, but she doesn't take nonsense from people around. Swords are about communication, and she is very clear about what she wants. And if somebody tries to play her, or somebody tries to dupe her, or play some games with her, she's not going to have it. So that's the state that you're in right now. You're very powerful because you've gone through a massive transformation. You have become more compassionate towards yourself and others, but that doesn't mean somebody can just pull the wool over your eyes. No, you are still, like, actually, this is kind of a misconception people have, that when you're spiritually awakening, just because you have compassion, you're going to just let things slide. No, actually, it becomes the opposite. When you spiritually awaken, when you ascend on this spiritual journey, you actually become more cognizant of people around you who are there to waste your time, who are flaky, who don't have your best intentions at heart, because your clarity is there. Like, your vision is very clear, your third eye is opening. So you can see past the facade, you can see past the manipulation, you can see past the games, and you can recognize people for exactly who they are. And this is why when you're in ascension mode, when you're rising up in the spiritual journey, you will realize that this Queen of Swords moments are going to happen very often, because you're going to be less and less tolerant of any kind of flakiness, any kind of manipulation, because your intuition is going to be on point. You know exactly when someone is lying to you, you know exactly when they're trying to manipulate you, and you can sense shady behavior from miles away. So you're not going to tolerate any of that. So yes, you're compassionate, you're very forgiving, you're very empathetic towards people who are the same to you, but at the same time, you're not going to tolerate anything that people are trying to mess with you or play games with you. The Magician is an extremely powerful card to have. It tells me that a lot of you are in manifestation mode right now. Like I said, because you have ascended, because you've gone through this spiritual awakening and this transformation, and because you've let go of so much of this baggage in the past, Spirit is giving you the power of manifestation. Like, you are in manifestation mode. You're making things happen. So what you believe is possible. So your mind is extremely powerful at this point of time. The law of attraction, it's something that you're seeing happening in your everyday life. A lot of you may be seeing repeat numbers as well, like 222, 333, 444, a lot of repeat numbers. You may be noticing a lot of synchronicities around you. Like, you may be getting downloads and messages from the universe through the most random of channels. Like, it could just be on your Facebook timeline, it could be some message that you see on a hoarding, it could be something on a t-shirt. But Spirit is going to try to communicate with you in the most unexpected of ways. And I feel like a lot of you are paying attention to that. A lot of you are waking up to that, because that's what happens when you start ascending. It's like your mind wakes up, and all of a sudden you start noticing things that you may not have noticed before. So I'm going to pull a card from the Moonology deck. Let's see what messages are there. So, expect powerful change. New moon eclipse. This is very powerful, and this is in line with what I've been talking. A lot of I feel like the people who are watching this right now, I don't believe in coincidences, guys. Like, I feel like if you've clicked on this video, you're meant to watch it. Like, there is no coincidences in life. Things happen for a reason. Every single thing happens for a reason. Even your friendly neighbor coming to you and telling you a friendly hello, that is also for a reason, something as small as that. So you have the fact that you're watching this video tells me that you're already ascended, like you're spiritually very powerful now, and that's why you can expect a lot of powerful change to happen right now. The fortune is turning in your favor. You've learned your lessons. A lot of you have gone through some really difficult times. A lot of tests have been sent your way through spirit, through the universe, and that was to make your character stronger. That was to build you up, because guys, the universe is on our side. Whenever the universe sends us tests, it's to build us up, it's to make us strong so that we can ascend. So you've been through a lot of that, and now you're very powerful, you're very strong. That's why you can expect a lot of powerful things to happen now. What you think is really possible. And another card that I'm picking up on, let's look at another card from the Moonology deck. Let's see. What are the other urgent messages? So I'm getting, it's time to take action. New moon in Aries. So, we are going to have the new moon in Aries very soon. Of course, we're going to have the Pisces full moon pretty soon. And then, of course, it's going to transition to Aries. But this is a time to take action. Astrologically, we are in Mars and Gemini now. So we are past the Mars and Taurus energy, which was about, taking things slow and just slowing things down and sort of relaxing and just taking things slow. And I think now that Mars is in Gemini, this is very topical, like time to take action. Yes, I feel like you're gonna sense that shift in energy because Mars is in Gemini now. You're gonna feel like doing more things. You're gonna start to get more productive. You won't want to sit around that much as you were doing earlier because the energy has shifted astrologically. So yeah, it's definitely time to take action, and because of this action, you are going to see a lot of powerful changes. Let me pick some charms to see some more messages, and see what I'm getting from this reading. So let's see. Okay. Okay. I'm getting quite a few charms, so I'm going to check one by one. I'm seeing, sorry, I'm seeing the mask energy, like, the stuff that you put on for a masquerade, So this is kind of deceptive energy. So somebody in the past, like I said, this Four of Pentacles that I was picking up on, they may have been hiding something from you regarding their finances, regarding their money, or regarding who they were as a person. But essentially, this person was very deceptive, and that's the mask energy that I'm picking up on. They may have even been a narcissist or somebody who had toxic traits. So they weren't who they said they were. Like you discovered something about them which was not the real them. I'm also seeing the gun. So this can mean some kind of battle, some kind of friction, some kind of war. There may have been a lot of fights that you used to have with this person, this deceptive individual, and you always felt like you had to be guarded around them, you had to be cautious. It's almost like both of you had your weapons up all the time, which is kind of what happens in toxic relationships. Like both people are very guarded and both want to hurt each other. That's what hurt people do, So you may have felt like you were always having to defend yourself, you always had to have your guard up, It was a very offensive sort of a maneuver from that person. But then once you broke that off, because I did see the death card, I see um, the dream charm as well. So a lot of you are daring to dream. You're daring to dream big because you are in magician mode. Like I said earlier, you are manifesting. So manifestation is possible when you start dreaming big, when your dreams are big, when you realize that anything is possible. The only limitation exists in your mind, and once you clear that blockage, literally anything is possible, guys. So that's what I'm picking up on. And I'm also seeing this musical instrument here. I don't know if it's a guitar, I think it is, but it may be a variant of a guitar. But essentially what it's telling me is some of you may be musically inclined, some of you may be musical artists, you may be musicians, or you may have a hidden talent for something in music. Like maybe you have a very good singing voice, but then you've never really tried it out because you thought that it was not possible, or because maybe you've had people around you your whole life telling you like that's not possible, or why are you even thinking of that. So that's why I'm also seeing, because I saw the dream charm as well, it's time to take that plunge. Like if you have a talent towards music, you know, it's really important that you nourish that, that you really enhance that, and you do that, because I feel like that's your soul's calling. I feel like that's where your life purpose is, and you're really going to find a lot of joy and peace in that. So that's the urgent messages, you know, those are the urgent messages that I was getting. So I hope you liked this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. I love the likes and you know, the comments that you post in the comment box. Like, share and subscribe to my channel. And if you want to book a personal reading with me, I do take personal readings, so you can drop me a message on my Facebook or my email. Both the links are in the description box below, so you can contact me for those, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.